let me know when it's ready to roll so I can get
yeah.
into the game.
First thing,
face.
let's release the pressure. If we have conversations that are funny, we could always bleep stuff out. We can remove people's names. So let's relax. Jordan is the best indicator of attention span. You could get scientists, you could get people at MIT. At no point that Jordan, as soon as he loses attention, you're boring 80% of the YouTubers. What's happening, guys? It's three crazy guys: Michael, Andrew, Alex, Brad. I don't know if you want to use your names or aliases. Do you have an alias?
No, I do not.
You don't have a nickname?
People steal my aliases. Michael Vick stole my primary one, Ron Mexico. And then Anthony Weiner stole my other one, Carlos Danger.
Oh, shit.
So my best aliases have been taken.
Wait, are we filming right now?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Talking about attention spans.
Well,
I just checked into this deal.
Yeah, that's not good when people get guests on the podcast or dropped off. Don't hit the thumbs down, guys. Fuck that.
No, hit the thumbs up.
Yeah,
you want to do
good.
it.
Either way, there's some haters. The more thumbs down you give, the higher the ratings go. If you get all thumbs down, your ratings go up. The worst thing you can do is not do anything. And that's why I have all those little dickheads angry at me on YouTube, because they drive it up.
They don't know what to do. They're having a conflict.
They're just in, they don't know. And I would do it. No, I don't think I would do it. Do you think you would hate at like 12 and 13 as if you had the YouTube? I mean, you guys are familiar with what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay,
So let's dig into this for a hot second here. The adolescent mind right now at 12, 13 is ambitious. They want to make a difference. So maybe they're just going to hit no. They're just going to hit no to be a hater because they don't know any different. So I think it's cool.
They've grown up in a world where they've got the power to comment on everything, right? So their opinion, they think it matters.
Yeah.
I mean, there was even a book written that's on the subject, Why Didn't You Consult Me? Or why haven't you consulted me? I got to check the actual title on it. It's like how people think they should be, due to social media, consulted on everything. So, same thing. They feel like they have the right to comment on everything.
That's a really good point.
It's a really good point.
What?
I think somebody should look it up.
Well,
Yeah.
guys, we are hard to...
Good friend of mine recommended it.
Yeah, we're packing 100 pounds of shit in a 10-pound bag right now.
Right, but so 13-year-olds, let's just talk about it real quick. 13-year-olds are usually assholes. So, because they're usually assholes, they want to pack it. You guys are assholes. That's actually what happens. And I was an asshole once too, and then you grow out of it and you become a cool adult. But really at 12, 13 years old, you're messed up. And you're messed up, so because you're messed up, you don't realize that you have our futures in your hand. We're trying to do something successful here. I'm going to be an asshole. I'm going to hit no. I don't like it. But actually, you help us when you hit no.
That's true.
Well, think about yourself at 13 years old. That's like, I feel that was like the worst version of me.
Yeah.
Like so awkward, so unsure of myself. It's easier to hate on something than to like it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't have a computer, though. That was a major benefit. Yeah. Like, I don't know how I would have turned out if I had internet at home. I just was not home. It wasn't comfortable. That's how you got to make your home uncomfortable, so that you won't go there. Like,
you hear that, kids? Don't like your home.
I had 3 other brothers
like
in
your
one
home.
room, so I couldn't go there and hang out. So I just went to the gym, and if I had a computer in my basement, I was watching YouTube videos. Maybe I don't want to work out. I just comment on people working out.
Yeah, you know what you got?
And
You
the
guys
world
got
would have been a
YouTube.
much worse place.
You got muscles from the keyboard. Keyboard muscles aren't real. They're fake muscles. They don't actually have any strength.
Yeah, that's how I know.
That's the problem.
I threaten people on YouTube all the time, and we'll get off this topic in a second because it's negative. But I threaten them because I know that if they could do anything, the last thing they're going to be doing is writing a YouTube comment. The last thing, just there's not a lot of tough guys out there. Just like, oh, that's it. John Jones isn't out there. I mean.
But people are tough on social media because they're, and a lot of times they're in comment sections because they have that shield of anonymity. I was talking to, my wife's a basketball coach, and on the forums, like SI Live, people just brutalize other people on these forums because their real name's not in it.
Sports is definitely, that's got to be the worst trash talking online.
Oh, it's terrible. And they're trash talking people who are basically volunteering their time, or even trash talking about the kids.
Oh wait, they're reviewing high school kids.
High school kids. High
Brutal.
school kids and
Brutal.
coaches.
It's,
Brutal.
wow. It's on sportsillustrated.com?
No, I saw it live. It's Staten Island Live, not
Staten Island.
I thought it was
Big
Sports
difference.
Illustrated.
Remember, folks, we're broadcasting live from Hoboken, New Jersey, not far from Staten Island, New Jersey.
You could see it.
New
We'll
York.
take you on a journey.
Yeah, we could take you on a journey across the bridge, through the
We're
water.
going to go to the Cosmos and just do it from the top. Or we're doing it from top of the Empire State Building.
We could be wherever you want us to be right now. We're actually really on top of a mountain.
It'd be funny if we were actually behind the kid that's right there.
That's right now that has got his muscle like this. He's like, I'm gonna dislike him, and then he looks behind and he takes his shit
Yeah, that
because
was
we're right behind him. Yeah,
blowing up haters everywhere.
that's right. That's what we
Jane
do.
Silent Bob do that. It's so funny. He goes back and he finds out these kids on poopshoot.com are writing that Jane Silent Bob. Like they get a movie theater, they don't care. They're pissed off that kids are talking shit on the internet about them.
Is
You
it
guys
Jay
haven't
and
seen
Silent
it?
Bob Strike Back?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, guys, are you
I'm
crazy?
only
You're
buying
in
the
New
original.
Jersey, guys.
I know. I
Also,
know.
2 hours of deleted scenes. They have Adam Carolla, Will Ferrell, Mike Judd. Mike Judd does one scene, 7. That's the guy that I think does.
Beavis and Butthead creator?
Yes. Idiocracy. You ever
Yeah.
see Idiocracy?
Just recently.
Oh, so good. He's just a cop and he keeps improving different lines. Hilarious. Absolutely. I won't even ruin it for you. Just type in Mike Judd, Jane Silent.
Mike Judd, Jane Silent Bob Strike Back.
These are little.
Apparently we got a homework assignment coming out of this now. We all
Yeah,
gotta
yes.
watch Jane
You have
and Silent Bob
homework.
Strike Back.
You have homework.
So, Brett, let's talk about maybe fatherhood. Do you got something in your cup over there, buddy? It's a little spider? No, it's bubbles.
Just bubbles.
Just bubbles.
Yes, expecting in 4 weeks. So,
Let's throw it in.
salute.
Cheers.
We were just
Cheers.
talking about yesterday the how we could put together a workout I could do while I actually have the baby and the baby Bjorn, or the baby
Let's start
backpack.
trademarking it right now.
I know it's
My-
you gotta
my
figure out
idea.
ways to
Don't try to package this.
Yeah.
This is
Because
already in the works,
initially-
folks. This is not your idea. This is our idea.
it's
Don't try
already-
to steal
As
it.
soon as it's out, you either would have the front or the back, but we need some apparatus.
We need a
maybe
swivel.
Yeah.
Like Hot Wheels track that would just
Swivel.
snap it. Snap, and you would know. All right, now
Like swivel and
Baby's
lock
good.
in. It has to lock in.
So I actually talked to Lizzie about it last night. She's okay with it. She just needs the baby to be a little more sturdy. It's like it can't be 3 weeks old.
Yeah,
and
well,
it's
we
doing-
first recommended using maybe a fake baby, but Brad said,
Brad would not ruin the integrity of this project. Oh, no,
can't
no,
fake
no,
it,
no,
yeah.
no. No fake baby
So
here.
what we're thinking, like workouts that we typically do together, is just like a push, pull, squat, air squat on it, and then
how many, and for the third week, so the third week the baby's going to
I don't
the
know.
gym.
Third week, that was just like a random
The
thing.
chalk.
thrown out
I think
there.
3 weeks is plenty of time, personally. Three weeks if you do everything correct in the house. The
gotta-
baby's going to be sturdy.
We gotta wait for that baby to get some weight on. Like when it's 8 pounds, it's hardly like because the way we were thinking about it is it's almost like a weighted vest. So we do vest workouts sometimes. We got like a 20-pound vest on, but like 3 weeks, what a baby's
It's like a
weight?
chicken.
Like
You
10
just got to feed it
11
corn
pounds,
feed
yeah.
and a lot of corn feed and
Supplementation.
yeah, a lot of supplements. We have to get the baby on protein supplements and creatine. Creatine works very well for me right now.
I don't want him to be just all fat. I want to add some tone.
We want to
too.
put muscle on
Yeah.
this body, right? So, creatine, protein.
DECA, the animal. No,
We take some bacon and we grind it up and we put that inside the
Yeah.
baby bottle and we
So I gotta be spiking Liz's breast milk.
absolutely,
Oh,
Yeah,
let's
you
feed
should
the
get,
creatine
like-
to Liz.
absolutely.
You
Give
should
your
get,
wife
like, animal-
supplements.
animal hearts alive, like a lamb lung.
But I could skip over.
Just kidding, like, listen, we gotta get this kid tough. You should go in and crack down, kick the door open. We gotta toughen this kid up starting now, and then it's all
set up the tackling dummies.
Immediately put your wife on a diet of game meat.
Yeah.
Venison, elk, bison, all of the power proteins that we now love and adore as carnal, human beings and primal human beings. Your house should just have meat hanging from the ceilings.
It's like it's gonna be a smokehouse.
Absolutely.
and motivation starting tomorrow, like talking to the baby. Listen,
So, quick question before we dive any deeper into this.
Okay.
Does anybody from Child Services watch your podcast?
no.
All right,
Yeah,
good.
These opinions don't not reflect those of
The good thing is this is all fiction. Obviously, I'm not.
Well, not the
we're
workout part.
The workout's true, and the Deanna ball.
Yeah. And we take them to we take them vacation. We were talking about yesterday. We could do the torso twist while throwing them in the pool. Or like,
If you could get a good circuit going with this baby, Like
I know for a fact 1 month in we'll have at least 2 solid circuits.
The physical exposure that this kid has is going to make them reign supreme.
I think the baby's gonna enjoy it.
They're going to reign supreme. Your kid's going to be the strongest kid in the block.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, they helping me get. I don't see how this is going to help them.
No, ultimately, you're surrounded by greatness. This kid has to learn resilience. You know, he's getting tossed around. He's using them as a medicine ball, dynamic weight. You're going to put carries like we did today behind the neck and run up the mountain with the baby behind you.
Till this baby grows up 20 years later, catches this on like whatever bullshit chronicles they have.
You better hit like. You hit dislike, kid. I swear to God, I'm coming to find you.
He's gonna write the worst comment. Is it? I'm sorry. It's a he or she.
We don't know.
We don't know. I'm sorry.
We have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh man, oh man, oh
Surprise,
man.
he or she. A lot of people, we've been referring to it as a he. I don't know why. A lot of people think she's carrying well, so that means he. I have no idea. It's very scientific.
Yeah.
You know, approach.
It's a lot of time. We were saying it's a lot of time. You've got 9 months to think about it, so you're probably playing around with all types of theories, philosophies.
Everybody will tell you, like, you know, some people tell you the way you're carrying. Like the cleaning lady in my office is like staking her life on the fact that it's going to be a boy, based on what I don't know.
Are you willing to take her life if she's wrong?
No. I'm not.
Okay.
She's.
Yeah, really.
It's not really much.
Fucked up.
Not to the reason why is she's Albanian, and you know, a tough lesson I feel like everybody learns in high school is you never mess with an Albanian.
You hear that, Albanian? Street credit.
I never heard that, but
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's not a group of people you want to be trifling with.
Gotcha.
Where is that? That's under like, is that above Turkey?
It's actually across the Aegean Sea. Aegean Sea and no, it's across the sea from Italy on the other side. Just above
right
Greece.
on.
Don't look for accurate facts here, guys.
None of this is backed up by anything.
I double checked this the other day.
It is?
It actually was curious myself. I was
So
like,
you're just doing research on this cleaning lady, like she's like, listen,
No,
I know.
She said it's a boy.
she's been my cleaning lady for a while, and
Well, that qualifies her to give you accurate
no,
information.
it just means I want
And
to
I'm
know a
glad
little bit more about her. She always talks to me.
Yeah,
there's-
well,
she always-
people at home don't realize, like in Albania, that cleaning ladies and pediatricians basically the same, or no?
Oh, it's a very large crossover. From what I imagine, I'm getting a lot of parenting advice.
Obviously, I'm kidding. I know some. I went to obviously Hudson Catholic. We had Albanians, Filipinos, me.
Yeah, and
So-
two closely related groups. So
Cut it off. Let's go over my mouth. Bring my hand down. Okay, that's good to know too. And I like to get directed. I don't like to look like a jackass for too long on camera.
No.
Erica, what's going on in the newsroom?
I recently found out that the reason why teenagers are so moody is because of their hormones.
Wow, is that true?
That's true.
Wow.
You moody hormone
Yeah.
handlers.
One of our teachers used to say that all the time. It's like, you can't
Body's
control
changing, you can't
your
control it.
hormones. You just can't help it. It's like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah. I say that to the teacher. What's your excuse?
Yeah, really. Gotta get those hormones pumped up.
Old egg.
I feel like we're in danger of hormones and teenagers. We're in danger of the how to get the 13-year-old laid conversation.
Hey, listen, might as well touch on it while we're on the subject, Brad. Great that you brought that
I'm
up.
sorry, but listen, Loveline. If it was on Loveline and Dr. Drew was there, directed, then it wouldn't be a problem.
Let's reference this. Let's reference this for the people that, because a lot of people are 13 years old and they're like, love what? Love line.
It still goes on. I mean,
This is the pinnacle of and pioneer of talking about sex. Taboo things that you may not want to talk to your parents about, and all you have to do is call in anonymously to a radio to get legitimate information about facts from a professional comedian
Was that Dr. Drew?
oh, well,
and a doctor, Dr. Drew.
was Adam Carolla.
Adam Carolla was on
It's
that
still
too.
on.
So you got a professional comedian giving you sexual advice
Yeah.
because that's important because that crosses over, and you have a doctor.
Yeah, there's no internet at that point. either.
No, and there's no internet, and you need this light of information. So at that time, this was big. This was huge.
So,
Huge. Nobody ever talked about the things they
Alex is
talked about.
basically the modern day Dr. Drew.
Right. Which will.
Oh, thank you.
One of us Adam Carolla.
Well, thank
I
you.
don't know yet. We're still working on that one. We have to switch topics for no reason at all. It's summertime. It's springtime. What are you guys doing to stay happy? What's the rules in life? How do you stay happy on a day-to-day basis?
I feel best about myself when I'm working out and feeling good, quite frankly. So when I don't get my workouts in, when I don't feel good about myself, I'm not quite my best version of myself. I'm not very happy. So as long as I'm getting some good solid workouts in, and then enjoying some outdoor time, that's what makes me happy.
Outdoor time.
Enjoying time with the wife, although that's going to be few and far between now when this kid comes out. But yeah,
So
that's
you're,
how it gets
you're
done.
racing to the finish line anyway. Right now your brain is not. This isn't like a normal.
This next 4 weeks are different 4 weeks. They have to be. You have to be on another.
Are you excited?
But that's what makes me happy. Just to bring it back to the original point, I don't want to work my kid into like every point. I feel like I'm doing that too much.
You're not going to be one of those dads.
You got it.
No.
You got it, because he's gonna watch this, or she's gonna watch this. And I'm like, why didn't you mention me?
Like Brad doesn't even love
She's
me.
like, why
My
didn't
father
you
doesn't like me at
segue
all.
to me here when we were talking about Dr. Drew?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well, I'm sure the kid will get plenty of attention going on. It's about to be the focal point of my life.
He's going to be the star of a workout video. Of course,
yeah.
this kid's going to get attention. This kid's going to be a pioneer.
What about what makes you happy, Alex?
What makes me happy?
Let's go back. I mean, I want Jordan somewhere is nodding off. So
I'm
Jordan's definitely the part.
we're in the time of the year where we get to roast live animals, like a lot of roasted pigs, and Michael makes really good ribs, and we have an awesome environment, where it's very, very, very physically active. I think everybody's kind of woke up from their dormancy this winter, which kind of sucked, and it was real long. So it's really nice to just walk around town now. Everybody's running, everybody's barbecuing a little bit, and I know we've had some epic feasts out here that are just beyond your even scope of imagination. I mean, we're going to have a whole pig out here soon, which is a first for us. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
bought the pig box. Got to
The
use
big
it.
box is here. We
saw
did.
tight Hannibal. I love that show. Hannibal, he does the pig, gets it slaughtered, and then he like roasts it, but then some of it he made into little sausages and like other stuff, and then he rolls it out in a cart, and it's like the pig is there, and its stomach has little sausages. that for 3 people, and one of them was a chick. I was like, that is.
It's a lot of food.
That's
for three
badass
people.
right there. That's badass.
And we need like 3
That,
Jordans.
that's
to
he's
finish
a
this.
psychopath. Who's gonna really make that many links of sausage
Let's
for
do
3
it.
people?
We need to do
Besides
this.
us.
We should do it immediately.
If you're down with that.
Yes, we
I'm-
must. We must do
I'm
it.
ready to. I'm actually calling the super scene. We can bring the pig box over there too.
Yes. So there'll be some good pig roasting. We got a really fun camping event that we're working on right now, which I'm really looking forward to. Which is, really predicated on community and bringing a group of people together for a bonding experience and a real fun outdoor experience. And so I'm looking forward to getting into that endeavor within the next 6 to 8 weeks. And I'm celebrating my 6-month anniversary and my sister-in-law's wedding in a few weeks, which is
What a
fantastic.
wedding too! I had such a great time.
Oh,
When I don't have to drive, Mikey Good Times comes out,
oh,
and
Mikey Good Time's a
Mikey
legend.
Goodtimes was
Mike Good
out.
Time's a legend. He's a legend.
I was
Here's a question: have you gotten your hotel room for Sean's wedding? Will we be seeing Mikey Good Times?
no, I didn't, and edit this out. No, I didn't know. I was like, Sean invited me to his wedding, right? But I don't check my phone, let alone look in a mailbox. So I had to go dig it up. But yeah, I'm gonna get, of course. Where's the wedding's in the Meadowlands
Someplace.
Arena?
The the wedding is in Belleville, New Jersey,
Xanadu?
in a MetLife Stadium, right on the 50-yard line. And after party is in I think Irvington, New Jersey. I heard it's a nice town.
Yeah.
Real community feel down there.
Who was in there? One kid from Hudson was from Irving.
Could we get this one thing for Sean's wedding? I want to do a repeat of the jump photo from your wedding. And Sean doesn't get to use Lauren as a prop.
Okay.
Clearly above the rest of us.
Right. Okay.
We should do it
We have to
and
redo
not
it.
let him know that we have like measuring tape like they do in 7-Eleven. Look, Sean, your shit was so low.
And we all gotta get jump soles, walk around like.
Super tall.
And
You think he's gonna get drunk? Sean, he doesn't. And Sean is another trainer. He works out with Justin all the time. He
They're
basically,
good friends, actually.
Yeah,
They're
like
very good
this.
friends.
Basically, he's just. I'm probably gonna get killed for that, but he's a really straight shooter,
Yeah. Great guy.
We'll see if he lets loose at the wedding. I'm sure he will.
Yes, I think
We
think
could
it's
sort of
gonna
aid
be-
him in that endeavor.
Yes.
You can make that happen.
Yeah.
Shawnee Good
And why
Times.
would people care?
Shawnee Good Times, brother to Mikey Good Times. It's only appropriate.
Is Jordan driving us?
Oh, maybe, I don't know.
We could arrange this.
Well,
We could arrange
let's
that.
circle back to these people are just be now you really give me a reason to hate. I'm not doing shit for summer. You guys are videotaping your social arrangements and putting online and telling them fuck you.
That's right.
So let's switch on topics. What's going down, guys? Michelangelo here up at the top of the Empire State Building. No, we're about 100 stories up back here. Brad and Alex enjoying
breathing.
Yeah,
You can't tell because I don't have any hair.
The day before Cinco de Mayo. This is a milestone for a lot of
I
people.
forgot all about that.
A lot of people getting pregnant tomorrow, most likely, because they drank too much tequila. Bad news, girls. Don't do
Is
it.
that bad for the country?
It's bad for the country, and it's bad for the taxpayers and good for the country. It's more people.
Yeah, it's
People
true.
are great. People create things, and they make the world go around. But don't do it, girls. Don't do it. Beware of the tequila tomorrow. Tequila's so good, but it's so bad. And you wind up with
Yeah, we should be Mexico City.
Yeah. Well, think about it, kids. If you make this mistake tomorrow, come next January, you're going to be popping one out. It's going to be freezing outside.
Ooh, that's true.
You're going to have to handle that shit through the whole winter, and you're just going to mess up your whole summer.
Did you know Brad's having a baby?
It wasn't a Cinco de Mayo, baby.
Well, funny you say this. I gave this speech somewhere around Labor Day last year. Somebody didn't listen,
Oh, really?
and hence, there we go. Brad and Liz are expecting a kid now,
I listened. It was just the Immaculate Conception.
The Immaculate Conception, which is very fitting reference
Sorry,
point
keep
for your
going.
sports-loving wife, actually.
But I'd argue that was the Immaculate Reception.
I get it. It was a play on words.
Thank you. But I would argue we do need more babies.
For workouts?
Yeah, everybody So let's just say I go on there and I
Weights.
say we do the baby workout. We do an awesome workout with a baby. Not everybody's got a baby lying around at home right now. They need to go.
Rental babies.
They need to go. Yeah, that
Specially
kid.
trained workout.
I was thinking about that today.
Up in weight, too.
Well,
Brilliant.
think about it. Yeah, they're constantly going up in weight as you progress. The kid just progresses with you.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm sorry I didn't think of that, actually. That's fantastic.
And-
You have 70 pounds.
Babies suck a lot out of you financially. You might as well turn them into a bit of a revenue generator. I don't think you're ever going to get them into a revenue generator, but maybe revenue neutral.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Depends on how much. I don't know if you could rent them out. That would be pretty good. I'm trying to think of a studio where this is actually. This is great to segue.
We'll have to
into one of our
GPS tag
skits.
them or something. But I mean,
GPS
again, nobody
implant.
Well, I was
GPS
thinking of like
implant,
the,
GPS
you
implant.
you walk in and now kettlebells are lined up like 1 to 5 to 100 or something. You just have babies, maybe painted different colors to like 75 written on this one.
A different color
Up to
onesie. They got the
teenagers.
onesie in blue would be a couple kilograms, and a couple in the red and the white might be the entry level.
It's all going to be about where can we put that baby to add the best resistance. What about, was it Mad Max where the one dude had like a little guy on his head? Like his body, you know what I'm talking about? Or maybe it was from some cartoons. Like the one antler, there would be a moose with bad antlers and then a little tiny moose with great antlers and they would become one great moose. No.
Like a symbiotic relationship.
I got no. The only thing I can think
I'm
of that's
talking-
partially related is Quato from Total Recall.
Recall. That's what I'm thinking. I think he's thinking about Total
Well,
Recall.
I'm just thinking of like to put the baby on like a brace like this, so the baby's legs go there.
Alright.
That way, it's just a lot easier for you to do a lot of exercises. The problem is when the baby's here, you're just doing hand cleans and it. Just
Well, you can't do anything frontal. That's why we need to have.
But say if the baby was completely put here,
Like
right.
an upright, neutral position.
like baby,
So like baby awning.
yeah, like the baby sits up there like this.
So it's like a baby helmet.
Yeah. And that way it can get more of a realistic sense of reality of being tall, building confidence.
Well, I don't know if my kid's got a lot of hope to be tall. I'm 5'8". Lizzie's 5'9", but it's only another inch. So
That's you never know though. I can't even believe some people are so damn tall and their parents are little and vice versa.
yeah, like Yao Ming. I think his
Yao Ming.
parents are regular sized people. If
That's
I-
pretty, that means there's some
There's some hope.
scientists out there over there.
All right.
Well, back to it. Happiness. I thought I should have tied that together, but we're just fucking around still. But happiness basically sounds like you need to eat good food.
You can take care of it in post, by the way.
Be surrounded by good people. Be doing things you like to do that make you feel good about yourself.
Positive energy.
Spreading some positive energy. Doing something good for somebody else that makes you also feel good. Doing something that requires a little effort too. Something that's not normally that comes easy to you, because that just comes easy to you. Maybe do something that requires you to really tap into, I don't know, a quality that makes you want to be better. But you definitely want to strive for happiness this time of the year, especially this time of the year. Grab it and run with it like a football, because it's May and most people have been dormant for like 8-9 months of winter time. The sun's out nice and early. It's going down real late. It's a beautiful time of the year. Tomorrow's Cinco de Mayo. Jump on it, folks.
Enjoy.
It is the best time. It is indeed one of the absolutely most wonderful times of the year. And you got
Day coming up.
4:30, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30 tomorrow.
That's going to be as empty as possible. That'll be the most empty 4 classes.
Listen, people, take class, don't get pregnant.
Yeah,
That's
or
what you're
take
going to
class,
do tomorrow. Take class, don't drink tequila.
Take class, go get drunk, and then because you're going to
Sweat it out.
They're going to get drunk.
Come see me Tuesday morning, 5:45,
There you go,
7 a.m.
5:45, 7 a.m.
Or noon. if
Yeah,
you
or
can't
noon
make it.
time on Tuesday if it was that kind of night. You could always see
People
me
have
on Tuesday.
off tomorrow now.
Do we have off?
People on.
I don't think Cinco de Mayo is generally a work holiday.
What? Get out of here.
I don't think it is.
No
What does
way.
it mean?
That's terrible.
5th of May,
Mexican
it's
Independence Day.
Mexican Independence Day.
From who? Us?
No way, can't be.
Right, it must be.
Can't be.
it's great.
Newsroom. Who's Mexico is independent from?
Spain, I guess.
I looked this up a year ago, but clearly
Spain,
I'd forgotten
obviously.
about it.
Yeah, they were just getting.
I'm awesome at American history. Other countries' history, not so good.
Yeah.
Mexican army's victory over French forces at the Battle of Puebla on
France?
May 5th,
This is the year that
1862.
Mexico kicked France's ass.
From the newsroom.
This is enormous. Thank you very much from the newsroom.
When
Absolutely.
was like that last? What was it? Well, when did we take parts of Mexico? Afterwards, probably.
It was sort of a progressive thing, but the biggest part I think you're referring to is taking Texas, and that was all around the Alamo. Check out the Dennis Quaid version of the Alamo. Very good.
Dennis Quaid version.
Is it
of
factually accurate?
I don't know. It's close enough.
It's funnier, is what he's saying. It's going to be more entertaining and funny.
But yeah, we took large tracts from Mexico, specifically Texas, but it was sort of a progressive thing. Sort of like we took the West too.
Well, we
I don't like
tend
to-
to take shit. We're in
I
America.
don't like to say we.
What we do.
They did.
They did.
I was over in Italy, so. Okay.
As with my family.
Yes.
But,
It's not my-
but we're all here now. We're all Americans.
It's true.
It's like my niece says one time. I told her, my people gave us this food as we were eating pizza, and she said, my people gave us freedom. I was like, well, who are your people? She said, the Americans. So I think the younger generation views themselves not as Italian, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Irish. It's Americans, which I think is a good thing.
That definitely.
That's pretty cool. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Just growing up in school, I had it like, black people generally thought that I was, like when we were going to social studies, they were like, well, and then slavery happened. Like, looking at me as like me and George W. Bush are like this. Are you crazy?
You were somehow responsible for all the
Yeah,
ills of
and then
white
I
people.
felt guilty actually.
You
And then
know,
I
right?
realized that I'm sure that
You could get on board with,
My
with
ancestors
resisting
probably
oppression.
just
You don't have to be
reason.
so oppressive all the time.
Yeah, no.
Maybe you were.
Yeah, like literally, we just took all that cash and went to Niagara. You never see those people. Like those people we went down to Virginia and they still have plantations, which I don't believe they should own. Period.
Well, plantations in the sense of like farms, but not
No,
slaves.
no.
Well, now they're museums.
No, yeah, I was gonna say I've seen those in
They're
New
not
Orleans.
joints. Yeah.
No, New Orleans has
Family
the same
keeps
thing.
it.
New Orleans has the same thing now.
They keep it, which I guess. I mean,
Well, it's a historical
finders
thing.
keepers loses weepers.
Yeah, but they say if you don't keep telling people what happened, then you repeat it. So I'm sure there's quite a big part of the population that doesn't want slavery repeated.
There's a lot of things.
And segue into.
It segues into the Ukraine conversation where you guys were
Oh
having.
man, we gotta crush Russia. At first I didn't want to get involved, but then I saw some video. The Russians just going over to military base, basically no respect, and
Weren't they making the reason I got to this point was because, not repeating history, weren't they making Jewish people register in the Crimea at one point?
is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's happening, guys? We flew down to Mexico City, and that's how you say it, right? Mexico.
Mexico.
That's right. Roll the R's. but there's no R in there.
Mexico. Mexico.
We're just saying what's up. The podcast was fantastic. We learned that Brad has a child. He likes to shoehorn, or he's got a child coming. He likes to shoehorn that into every single topic, whether it's a Crimea. Wait, first off, before we finish, guys, and I know that everybody was...
Let's talk about the Russians. Let's do
The
this.
Russians, and I was wearing that former Soviet Union shirt that I don't get to choose what I get to wear. Okay, that's something you're not seeing behind the scenes at that podcast. The tyrant, we call him, Adrian, puts that on me.
It's a tough wardrobe department.
And
It
I've
is.
seen it.
I didn't want to wear that. And this is right before they invaded the Ukraine. I understand why they're invading Ukraine for multiple reasons, and we do it to other countries. I guess if we're going to claim credit, like we don't
It's
ask the
our-
Russians.
No, we just kind of go in and take care of business.
But the point is, you can't do that. I watched the Vice special, and the Russians are just they're disrespecting Ukrainians.
And we did confirm in one city they are making Jewish people register. Any Jewish people.
Is
over
that
the
today?
Age, any Jewish people over the age of 16.
You're not. You're
Yes.
no.
Newsroom
Yeah,
says.
newsroom says
confirmed.
Newsroom-
anyone over 16
Listen, guys,
that is Jewish must register.
Before you say that,
And there's a
I've never heard
registration
this.
And there's a fee you have to pay to do this. This is ridiculous.
Wow.
That's
This
a
is
shitty
goddamn ridiculous.
That's bullshit, right? There's no way. Really?
fee. That's what it says.
Oh,
On what?
I think I heard this on Meet the saw this on Meet the Press a couple
Guys,
days
this is one of the biggest news stories in the
JP
world.
updates.
Why are they doing that? Well, we're just registering Jews today
Just
down
Jews.
at the
Just
local.
Jews.
Can't be for any
No.
good reason.
So
No,
why isn't that
no,
the
this
biggest
is very
topic on the
reminiscent,
news?
folks. This is very reminiscent.
No, this isn't true. I want to double, triple check that because that
Triple check it. This
sounds.
could be a topic for our
outrageous.
next podcast. From the newsroom.
From the reason, from our super duper computer.
Shit. It's an Aryan. Aryan. What's that?
That's a Jewish star.
Oh no, not that. No, I'm saying it's official because the font looks like it's New Times Roman. So that's how you know if it's
It's
facts
also
or
12.
not.
This is also 12th point with his, which is
Facts.
official.
Yeah.
Thank
If
you,
it was
Newsroom.
bigger.
If it was bigger, it would be a hoax.
Anyway,
but this is
if
real.
that's the serious case right now, but the Russians can't do it. But we're going to sanction them, which is going to bleed the more wealthy Russians that want to be able to do whatever.
The oligarchy.
Oligarchy. I don't know what to do. We got to break them up. I keep bringing up that book. What is it? The Next 100 Years, and he plays out the scenarios and how we're gonna play with the Russians, and basically we're gonna be back in Poland like crazy. We're gonna make Poland so strong. But what are you gonna do? The Russians are gonna go over there. The Ukrainians really want to start a big war. No. And half of that part is, like
Some of it is
my
very-
brother's
is
wife.
ethnically Russian.
My other brother's wife is a kind of pro-Russian from Ukrainian. And then there's other Ukrainians that don't like the Russians as much. Let's just get along, guys. Focus in on your dance videos. Focus in on
Kettlebell training.
kettlebell training.
Rock those kettlebells. You guys are great at this. Olympic training.
You would think
Your Olympic lifting is
Yeah.
phenomenal. Your strength programs are impeccable.
Why are you doing
Why?
this?
Why are you so upset? I
Alex,
die for those programs, actually.
We're just getting into it. And that 106-pound kettlebell is
Oh
ripping
my
our hands
goodness!
to pieces.
I mean, Jesus, good Lord Almighty, this thing is hurting. But you guys are like phenomenally strong people. Work together.
Yeah,
It's tearing me apart.
I don't know if they're going to understand that, but I don't even think it's any of them. It's Putin, He's a gangster. He's got no shirt. He's out on there like looks like an what's that Ivory soap commercial? Just out there, no shirt.
Yeah, no,
swimming.
the
He's
guy,
just trying to show us up.
the guy's just trying to make us look bad.
I bet.
Flexing his Russian
What
muscle.
I'm gonna say is we gotta see. Maybe that's ultimately we should have. The president should be able to fight the other guy and settle a dispute.
I don't think, personally, I don't think Obama could take Putin in a fight. Here's who I think could have. Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy
Yeah?
Roosevelt was a badass.
Yeah, actually, he learned. He was studying jujitsu with the Gracies.
Who, Roosevelt?
Yeah, he did judo. He was.
I have to look that up.
He's a badass.
Newsroom.
Really?
Teddy
incredible.
Roosevelt studied Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
What we
used
do
to
know
drink
about
a
him-
pot of coffee a day.
He reformed the New York Police Force. He was the New York Police Commissioner, President. He was, I think, a Lieutenant Colonel, Old San Juan Hill.
Well,
He's a badass.
maybe
And
I
then-
pose a different type of contest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Could
Newsroom
Obama
says-
possibly beat him in a game of horse? Could we
I think
settle
so.
this? Could we settle
Well,
this
no,
on
no,
the courts?
Let's before you guys start giving up on Obama. First off, we're talking about we have a 6-week training camp at least. It's rumored that Putin is staying up with jiu-jitsu, but what do you really think when you're doing jiu-jitsu or judo or sambo in Russia? You're going to really be. In order to learn, you have to be tossed around. You need to get humbled. You think Fedor is probably letting Putin throw him all over the place.
But do you think somebody's letting Obama's getting
Well,
somebody's
Obama,
letting
you're the underdog. You need to go to like
hardcore training and just
everybody. Like you're gonna have to probably go to Rufus Sport. You're gonna have to go down to Greg Jackson's camp. You're gonna have to train, but he's got more athleticism. You can play ball, I think.
Obama.
I-
I think
come on,
Obama.
I'm pulling for Obama. I wanted
I think
that.
Obama goes to the Militich camp for about 4 weeks, and Pat Militich.
They're gonna juice him up.
Absolutely,
Gigantic.
he comes out looking like Anderson Silva, like the Spider,
That'd be
and
awesome.
he'll be a new man. Obama, put this thing on the basketball court. I know you got game. A
And
game of horse settles over
I'll be-
most things. We'll settle on horse.
I'll be sitting in the background singing
Right.
America.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think actually.
God bless America and
I
no
don't know
one
where we're
else.
stepping in. Maybe the Ukrainians could probably produce a really good fighter too.
Klitschko.
Yeah, I think he was.
He was considering running for president too.
I think.
Talk about a badass
It's a
president.
good idea. It's a good idea.
Yeah, vote for me. I'll punch you in the face.
I don't think Putin could really have Klitschko do it because what are you gonna do? Now you know he's gonna he can kick your ass.
Yeah, you can't even do the stand like
Yeah, it
the
doesn't.
political
He's gigantic.
nose to nose with him because he's like
He's
this
like,
tall.
I'm gigantic.
Yeah, I'm just gonna crush you.
Do the Ukrainians have nuclear weapons?
They traded, if I remember correctly, they traded them back to Russia for a non-aggression.
Ah, no, you fucked up. You fucked up on that one. What you need is you need.
I could be wrong.
You need a nuclear.
should
weapon.
double check that.
I don't think there's anything that'll
Current
stop.
stockpile 0.
Shit, you fucked up.
But they did, they had him in the Cold War era, but they traded
But
him.
you got that piece of paper that
Probably
says the
zero.
Russians won't attack you.
Yeah,
But
a lot
NATO,
of good that too.
I think
Right? Is that like really an agreement that says Russia can make you I can make you my bitch
Yeah,
basically whenever
but
I want?
I think that if there was a treaty that if Russia went into Ukraine, we were supposed to do something about that.
We gotta back that up. We gotta back that ass up.
Yeah, it's too much.
So if they
I
go
don't
win,
think Ukraine's a part of NATO. This all started out by Ukraine
Trying to get into it.
Try to go lean more west.
You guys follow Pussy Riot?
I do not, but I
Follow
know
what?
of them.
Pussy Riot.
What is this?
It's a band.
Yeah.
It's not.
But they also play. They're all women, so they're playing.
Okay,
The
okay.
double entendre.
I like the boldness of the group name. Is it really?
I'm just kidding.
Oh goodness.
We could be getting him in trouble there.
Yeah, no, well, he's on here. Basically, no, it's a band.
yeah,
It's a Russian band, political group. There's a documentary on them. They, protest. Women are being.
I think 2 of them are political prisoners right now. Or
Yeah,
one.
they got out.
Oh.
Oh, they got out.
Yeah, the one got out.
So they do a lot of protest and
There
they
might
cause a
still
lot of
be
havoc.
one in there though.
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
One of them was in high. I did see some of the or most of that documentary though.
Yeah. I was listening maybe Dan Carlin.
The music's not
Dan.
that good though.
No, it's not. But
No,
it's
it's
for a
little-
show. They
It's a
have.
rough.
It's because they were saying
Is
a lot of
it
Russian.
an all Russian?
I think it's
Yeah.
like 3
Or do
or
they
4
sing in
Russian
English?
girls.
It's 3 or 4 Russian girls. They're more focused on being loud and getting a message across.
They're
than
kinda
necessarily
screamers,
producing
yeah.
great music.
Oh, I see.
And then they got arrested. And,
They are pretty badass though.
Yeah.
When
Well,
they're getting
there was
yelled
like
at in
4
jail,
years in
they
prison.
they don't care. They're
You're,
just
saying
smart
you're
right
standing
back
up
at
to
people.
Vladimir Putin. You're badder ass
Yeah.
than all of us. I
Yeah.
would say.
Definitely.
Got some courage.
So big ups to you guys for doing that.
I'm not
know
sure
where
exactly
that's
why
at.
you're doing it at the moment, but I'm gonna do a little research on that.
So that's the way we got to connect with the Russians via YouTube because and Americans too. I think our political system we got to make a lot of changes as well. But if the people start communicating, and the Russians and the Americans and the Ukrainian kids, I mean, it's not the Russian population. I don't care. Right?
No, social media. I mean, it's the gap bridger. I mean, even there's documented instances of or reported instances of Iranians and Israelis communicating well over
Yeah.
just average citizens. Social media.
There was a big movement. It was called "I Love I think I Love Iran may have been where the Israelis were making shirts and then the Iranians were making shirts that they love Israel and all back and forth. There's most of the population doesn't care.
No, it just shows social media has the ability to bridge together.
Yeah, it's a gesture. It's a good gesture.
So we were supposed to close this thing out, guys, but I knew you were interested in our political views, which is true. Listen, we don't want to
Semi-informed political views.
What are we going to do? All we know is that I saw a Vice Guide thing on YouTube and the Russians were disrespecting the military base. And when you do that, that crosses the line. It's like, listen, I got my family over here. Russians are coming over. What? Canadians try to do that? They just come over? Guess what? No, not the Americans wouldn't take that.
The Canadians did this already. They did it in the 80s with the acting. Rick Moranis came in, John Candy, Dan Aykroyd. They all came in at the same time.
Fucking bare naked ladies.
And they took the shit over.
The music they've really invaded in a bad way.
You know, I mean,
Alanis Morissette.
you know, we have
That
to,
I could live with. It's Nickelback that really
Nickelback. Oh my
Nickelback
goodness.
is getting beating.
I didn't
They're
even
getting a
realize they were
beating.
Canadian.
They're terrible.
You know, big ups to Brooklyn Nets. Took out Toronto Raptors today.
Wow. The Brooklyn Nets.
Nice job,
How
J.
did
Kidd.
we lose them, huh? Newark should have got a basketball team.
Jay-Z, big
But
power.
It does sound like
Big
that.
buying power.
We
Do you
don't
know
have
the
the
Nets
cash
are majority owned by?
A Ukrainian
Yes,
businessman. Right?
sir. Yes, sir.
That's Russian.
Russian businessman.
Well, guys like that probably aren't pro-Putin though, because we could sanction them.
True. I mean, but I think
Make it
I
inconvenient.
think Prokhorov did benefit when Putin took over, and I think he, we're gonna have to.
We're gonna have to do a long.
We're
We're gonna
gonna
have to bring this
research
one back
on it,
over.
but I
We're
think
gonna have to
just
bring
more
this
open?
back.
They could have been doing this. When Bush is president, Clinton is president. They must have been just on their side. I don't think after we were like, oh, the Cold War is over, but they were going like, no.
But there were a lot of state-run industries that certain people got to pick up and make a lot of money off of it. And if I remember, again, I'm sorry, but another 60 Minutes piece I saw on the Nets owner, I think that's how he made a good portion of his fortune. But again, I could be wrong. Do your own research.
See, like we don't have the most sanitized system, but we don't do blatant shit like that.
It's not outlandish.
You'll
It's not
never
outlandish.
be as good as the people that are one creative and also are just talking about how good Americans are. Chrissy's like, wrap this up because she's Ukrainian. No, listen.
She's like, yo, the camera's heating up again.
heating up.
This thing is heating
this
up.
is
We got about 10
Americans
seconds.
are
Americans
innovative
rule.
and the
Russians
least
drool.
corrupt.
Yeah. So,
Support
And if
Ukraine.
you guys want to play a hockey game to prove it, and you want us to make a movie about Obama beating
Listen,
Putin,
I'll put up my president against your president on a game of horse any day of the week. Settle this shit.
cut to the sketch that we're gonna film.
Let's do it. Drop us right down into
Jordan
Ukraine.
Jordan
Boom.
is Putin. Who will cast Obama? Maybe Adam Costas.
Adam Costa does a pretty good Obama, honestly.
He'll do good.
He could do a really good Obama.
Can Can Jordan do can do a Putin or no?
Jordan can do
the
anything.
only
He
one
can
way
do
to find
anything.
out.
He's good at languages.
We're casting a lot of Jordan in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Is he going to star in the hot pilot of Hot and Homeless?
Hot and homeless. I don't know. See, you shouldn't have let that out because other networks are gonna see.
Yeah, nobody knows the idea behind it.
That's the next podcast.
Hot
Next guys.
homeless. I just want to do like the exits and intros from commercial break. Hot homeless. All right, guys. So right now, go buy. No, we don't have anything to sell you. This is Cinco de Mayo podcast from Mexico, and we're just having some fun with it. Obviously, we're in Mexico because we have Venus
We have
flytrap.
Venus flytraps. We have sand and sun. Drop me behind some sand and sun. It's that time of the year, folks.
Peace out.
Have a good one.
fantastic
See you
week.
next week, man.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Bye.
Peace.
Cool.